Canada's morning news with Pam Cook continues now.
Well, as we've been talking about this a little bit earlier, and hackers finding that schools are easy targets, we thought it would be a great idea to check in with cybersecurity analyst Kevin Campbell. He is on our WHBC Newsline right now. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning.
So let's talk a little bit about this. I was having a bit of a discussion earlier this morning, and why is it that hackers would target schools? What makes them a tempting target?
Largely because they often don't have the money to be up to date with some of the security, and so they don't have the latest software, the latest patches, or the latest upgrades in, and they're always fighting for resources, right? So one of the areas they often scrimp on is IT and the IT support, so they fall behind. And so it's like walking down the street and looking for, who's not home very much and who leaves their doors unlocked.
Yeah. And when we hear of, larger companies, big businesses being hacked, we know what they're after, the kind of information and things like that. What kinds of information would be valuable to them if they did indeed go after a school?
Well, in the school, in all the cases, or most of the cases that I've read about, it's about money, right? So the ransomware, what they're trying to do, and these probably aren't the largest groups that are out there that do this, but it's what they call ransomware, right? Which is they either get something and pretend to expose it, everybody's grades, reports on teachers, those kinds of things, anything that could potentially be valuable to somebody else, or what they call a denial of service attack, which is where they're just saying, hey, we're going to lock everybody out. And so, again, it's not really, in this case, the information like it would be in a corporation. It's almost always just to get money, because they'll come back and say, we need $100,000 and we'll let you have your system back. Otherwise, we'll keep you out.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe explain a little bit more about how the ransomware works, because companies, big, large corporations, they actually pay the money, right?
Yes, they do pay money on many occasions. Some of them don't, but usually they end up just keep escalating it till they end up paying the money.
So, and how does this usually occur? I mean, explain for maybe somebody who's not aware of what a ransomware attack is.
Well, they're trying to get into your computer, and they're usually going to get in because somebody has too easy a password or hasn't changed their password, or there's a vulnerability in the software that you haven't updated. So basically, they get inside your network and take control of the network. And then, just like it sounds, they then want a ransom to give you that control back.
Okay.
So the most common one is that they'll get in there and they'll either get something valuable, or in a lot of cases, it's not something valuable. It's just that they can lock everybody else out. That's what denial of service ransomware is. So they'll go in and you can no longer get in, because they'll change everything so it locks everybody else out, which is pretty annoying. And so then they come to you and say, hey, we'll either give you your information back, or we'll let you have your system back, but you got to pay us $50,000, $100,000, $250,000. And in corporations, it's a lot more money than that.
Okay. And so what can schools do to protect themselves from this?
Well, to make sure that they have an IT administrator, right, who's dedicated to looking at the network, making sure that the network's secure, making sure that all the patches are updated on all the software, making sure that the passwords are rotated, and they're not given out freely, because the most common thing is, somebody says, I need help. I can't get all this work done. They give the password to somebody else who gives it to somebody else. And it's the administrator level passwords, which kind of has access to everything. It's like, having one key to unlock everything. And so what the schools have to do is make sure the time and money is dedicated, because a lot of it comes from just nobody paying attention. And then second, if there's any costs for upgrading the software, make sure you have the most upgraded, latest software. And then do all the standard things that we talk about, which is train people about malicious links and not clicking on malicious links, and having a program where you have to change your password every 90 days, all those good practices.
All right, Kevin Campbell, cybersecurity analyst. We appreciate you coming on this morning.
Thanks for having me, and have a great day.